clarifying expectations. Clarifying expectations is paramount to building trust with your customers. The goal here is to ensure that people who visit your e-commerce site know exactly what they're getting into. They know they can trust your inventory. They know what the real final price is going to be and how they can pay. They know how and when their products will be shipped and at what cost. And they know everything about your return policy. Meeting customer expectations, your inventory, the price and method of payment, shipping policy, return policy, keeping your inventory up to date in real time. This might seem like a no-brainer, but keeping an inventory up to date across multiple platforms can quickly become problematic. If you're extracting data from your suppliers directly, you need to make sure your descriptions, prices, and even pictures are localized for your new market. Use tools that give you visibility into your inventory across different sales channels such as marketplaces, your website, any brick and mortar points of sale you might be having, and your B2B purchase orders. Let people know how they're going to pay. Next, let people know how much the product is in their currency and what methods of payment you offer. 92% of online shoppers will favor websites that allow them to pay in their local currency, and 33% say they would probably cancel a purchase if the only currency accepted is US dollars. That is 1/3 of your sales. See that math there? But selling in multiple currencies can expose you to some significant risks. It will expose you to some technical complexities like foreign exchange rate fluctuations that can eventually affect your profit margin. There are a growing number of bank localization services that allow you to leverage their network of banks around the world, and then you can have a virtual bank account. This will allow you to get paid in a local bank account, which can reduce your decline rates for customers' purchases. It also gives you better FX rate conversion and provides a better customer experience by locking in an exchange rate for them while they're pondering whether they're going to actually buy it a few days later. Again, not sure about this sweater, but he'll have to decide. So research the preferred method of payment in your new market. Cross-border payments is an area that is evolving rapidly, both from a fintech side and a consumer culture side. The traditional Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal options may not work in all regions. At least at the time of this taping, some generalizations still apply. Eastern Europeans are keen on cash on delivery, and Western Europeans will prefer digital payment systems over credit cards. The majority of Chinese consumers will mainly pay with WeChat Pay or Alipay. Again, you have to make sure that you're offering the method of payment that's the preferred method of payment for the audience you're looking to try to reach. 16% of all shoppers will abandon their cart if their preferred payment method is not available. That's 32 shoppers for every 200. There's that math again. The good news is there's a number of cross-border payment solutions that plug right into your existing website, so you don't have to set up each country one at a time. But the key is be transparent. If your company only accepts PayPal and US dollars, tell your customer up front. Next, tell them how their product will be shipped and how much it will cost them. We'll talk about these strategies in the shipping and logistics course, but when it comes to localization on your website, the key here is to avoid bad surprises. Failing to make total shipping costs clear to international customers is one of the biggest mistakes made during expansion. Nobody wants to pay additional surprise duty fees upon receiving their item, which in some countries means having to walk or drive to a local post office to pay those duties before receiving their package. Whether you decide to charge for shipping, impose a threshold for free shipping, pay the duties and taxes yourself, or let your customer deal with it, it's best to always communicate what fees, taxes, and duties may apply in their transaction. All information concerning shipping and costs associated with it should be easy to find on your website. In fact, it should be everywhere. On your product pages, in your FAQs, in your shipping policy, during checkout, and in the confirmation email you send. And it should never be too far from the return policy. The good news is there's a plugin for that. In fact, many plugins depending on what e-commerce platform you use. Make sure they know you have a return policy. Research shows that more than 60% of online shoppers will review the policy before buying, and a clear and fair return policy will help in building trust. You need to make sure your return policy is structured in a way that will help your customers make the decision to purchase because they feel confident they can exchange or get a refund. Remember, you're now selling your product to customers all over the world. Some of them are thousands of miles away. The good news, in a way, is that cross-border consumers are less likely to return products because of the real or perceived costs and complications in doing so. But that means they're also less likely to buy from an unfamiliar brand or website in the first place. As you can learn from some of the merchant interviews, an increased return rate can be a good thing because it means customers are growing confident in purchasing from you, and you're creating a deeper relationship. So don't be shying away from returns. Make sure policies are easy to find and simply worded. Make it compliant with local regulations and make sure it's translated into relevant languages. Don't try to hide possible costs. Be explicit about how much your customer may have to pay to ship your product back to you. Be upfront about what their options are, exchange only, refunds, or credit, and what will be the time to process returns. If you're going to apply for duty drawback, meaning asking the foreign government to refund the duties you paid when the consumer purchased the products from you, it can take up to 18 months to get that refund back. So just make sure you understand how you're going to handle that part of the refund for your customer. And interestingly enough, some companies find higher conversion by offering free international returns more so than offering discounts. So considering this when building your pricing and your promotion strategy. So there you have it. This is how you can clarify expectations. Thanks for joining. We'll see you guys soon.